Okay, so today we're going to talk about a chatbot which is specially designed, to help the support engineers or to troubleshoot the issues much faster, uh, to check the quick resolutions and everything. Uh, so why this project? So traditional tools because I've been working with CloudStack like more than 10 years, and it required some technical skill set to just log into the virtual machine management servers, check out all the logs, go line by line, and go to the MySQL databases and write queries and all. So the goal is to to have a mediator between the infrastructure and the engineers to interact with just by asking question from the natural language. So allow me to introduce myself. My name is Vivek Kumar, and I'm lead DevOps engineer in Iota, and I've been working with CloudStack more than 10 years, and I do automation, DevOps, and a lot of R&Ds. So, what is the problem? So, cloud operations have multiple tools, like as I mentioned, management, VMs, then MySQL, then log analysis, and the manual log analysis can take a lot of time, and so that is why intelligent bot, which helps you to identify the issues and help you with the MySQL queries and all. Right. So the goal is to have connect to your infrastructure without getting into the infrastructure by just asking the questions. So in the current bot, I have three main components. So once we deploy the application, you need to set up the bot where it will ask you to provide OpenAI APIs and MySQL DB credentials and Elasticsearch. Uh, so what I'm doing, so we can have multiple management servers. So I'm just sending all the logs to Elasticsearch, and then my bot will talk to Elasticsearch and fetch all the logs and do the analysis and will give you the quick summary. And the second is the MySQL bot, which basically convert natural language into to MySQL queries and give you data. For example, I just want to see how many running VMs do I have. I don't need to go to the MySQL. I just have to write that give me the list of running VMs. It will create. It will generate a MySQL query. Will execute in the database and give you a very nice output on the GUI. So this is the workflow. So user enters the natural language query in the UI, and so we have two modules. One is for log management, and second one is for MySQL. So it decide okay if I whether I need to talk to the MySQL and whether I'll talk to the Elasticsearch, and then it interprets responses and summarize insight and and user receives a clear human readable response instantly. Uh, Sorry about the diagram, but this is how the architecture is. So we can have multiple cloud management sending logs to Elasticsearch, and then the LLM chatbot will decide whether to look for the Elasticsearch and the MySQL DB. So what the tech stack I have used, so I have used simply for front end, I have just Flask and HTML, that's it. And for back end, I've used Python. For databases, we are connecting with MySQL. For logging, we are using Elasticsearch and the CloudStack API and Elasticsearch API. So what are the key features? So key features here is like the conversational interface for the infrastructure operations, root cause detection through the intelligent log analysis, dynamic SQL queries generation from natural language, and yes, we have a memory, a session memory, so that you can have previous chat as well. Um, so from the UI overview, so we have three tabs, which I'm just going to show you in a while. Once you set up the bot, and it will give you, very nice output. Like, if you have some error in the logs, it will highlight those as well. Okay. So this is how it looks. Oh, 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 okay. So this is how it looks like. So we have three tabs here. So first is set up my bot. So when you click set up on my bot, as I mentioned that you have to mention the open API keys, the MySQL server IP, MySQL username, MySQL password, and Elasticsearch IP. Once this is done, then you can go to the respective chatbot. So suppose if I click on the MySQL bot, so here, okay, so let me just give a simple query that give me the list of running VMs. Give me only name and IP address, right? So if I hit enter, right, here it is. So right, it will give you all the VMs and what the IP address. So if I go to the logs here, like the application logs, you can see that it has, generated this MySQL query. All right. So I have other use cases as well, which I have recorded, for like multiple queries and all. So I'm just gonna walk you through. Is it? Yes. So I'm just setting up my bot. I've just put all the necessary details like the server IP and the MySQL username and the password and Elasticsearch IP. Right. Once this is done, okay, go to the home, like go to the page, and uh, let's start with some simple queries like, from VM instance table, for example. So I'm just give me the list of VM which is running straight and running on which host, right? So when I enter, so it has given me all the details. If I go to the logs, so this is a query which our bot has generated. So you can use that query as well for future references. Uh, let's take another example where I will, join multiple tables. For example, VM instance, volume, which storage pool, which, and they're running on, right? So give me the list of running VMs. I need only VM name along with the volume name and which storage pool are they running, and give me the account and give me the user detail as well. So this will, give you all the details. It has VM name, come from VM instance and the volume instance, and this is the query which it has generated. Right? Let's have other examples as well. Okay, so next is what is the public IP which is attaching to a VM via static net, and also give me the name of VM, right? The simple which. So I've just taken these use cases because on daily basis we do some kind of, MySQL query generation, and we know these kind of details. So it has already given me that this is the IP address which is currently, attached to the VM via static net. Let's have one or two example more. So this is the query which our bot has generated. All right. You can also ask that what is the private IP address of my VM name. I've just given the VM name. It will give me, okay, this is the private IP address of my VM. Let's go to the CloudStack and see. Yep. Yeah. So this is the IP address which we have, private IP address. And let's take two more examples, and then we are good for the MySQL part. So I've also integrated with the metrics as well. So give me the VM name which has more than 40% CPU utilization, right? A typical use case which we have on day-to-day operations, right? So it has given me that, okay, this is the VM which is having more than 40% CPU utilization. All right. So if I go to the metrics, I can see yes, this VM is actually is having more than 40%. Right. And this is a MySQL query which our bot has generated. Let's have one last use case. Uh, that's simple query. What is the current state of my all hosts, and what is the hypervisor type, and what is the what IP of those hosts, right? So it has generated the query and give you the results. So this was the first part, which is the MySQL bot, which helps you out, to interact with MySQL without getting into the MySQL, so that we can easily run by a portal. So the second part is the log analysis, which is very cool. Okay. So in the log analysis, what I do, I just find two keywords. So when we deploy, when we do any API call, right? So it has like the resource name. Like suppose if I create a virtual machine, and so resource name would be my virtual machine, and the API call would be deploy virtual machine. So I'm just simply asking, give me the logs for resource name for phone test 123 and API call is deploy virtual machine. So what I did at the backend, I just filled the router with 100%. So this VM will not be deployed. So I just given this to chat, and it has fetch all the related logs from the backend, and then it is given to the chatbot. Now, in the chatbot, first you will see that it will give you first of all, it will give you all the logs for that particular job ID, and it will also highlight all the like whatever the errors are. So if you see here, so now we can simply see in the bunch of logs. Okay, so these are the error, unable to apply DHCP, on the router. So this will help you out to, first of all, without uh, going into the management, you have logs available, and it has highlighted all the logs as well, error or failed, whatever it is, so that we can, check out. And lastly, it will give you a overall summary, which will basically, will tell you the potential cause of this error. So let's go and have a look on the summary. Right? So analyzing log failure detection, unable to create deployment due to whatever error. The log indicates multiple issues. Resource unable to contact data center resources when attempting to apply a DSCP entry on the router. Right. So this is it. Like so, within a minute, we have all the logs, and we possibly have the cause as well. Right. Second use case I just had, so I just created a compute offering which has a host tag, but it is not available. So I just deployed a machine, and I just want to see the log of my that particular resource which got failed. Right. Now, if you see in the cause as well, if you see, so these are all the logs first of all, and if you scroll down a bit, you will see the exact error, why it got failed. Right, all the errors highlighted in red. So no, this was the error why this deployment got failed. So if I go to the analysis summary, it will tell you if the failed to deploy virtual machine due to the lack of suitable host available location specified in the compute offering tags. Right, so that's how it is. So one last use case, I've just disabled my secondary storage and try to take a snapshot. Obviously, it will give me error. So let's see how what our chatbot analyze. Right. So this has already given me error that unable to take snapshot. So let's go to the chatbot and see. I just want to see the logs for resource name. This is the ID of volume, and the API call is create snapshot. So if I click on it, it will give all the logs and the analysis as well. Okay. So in the summary itself, you can see failed to copy snapshot, indicating missing image store. It doesn't have any image store, so you can see the actual error in the logs as well. And in the analysis also, it will highlight that these are the possible cause for. So this helps. This will save your time, and this will help you to getting the cause much faster. So that's it for the demo. Let's back to our presentation. Okay, so what are the benefits? So benefits is this, as I told you, that the faster troubleshooting issues identification, single pane of portal where you can interact with MySQL and your management logs. Uh, Obviously, redundancy also, like, because sometimes checking logs and finding the right cause required some kind of skill set. So here you can easily do that. Uh, Improve visibility and response efficiency across teams. Right. So what are the future possibilities? I have so many use cases. The first would be what I am. Uh, so suppose for the ticketing tool, we can integrate the ticketing tool, right? So suppose if any user or create ticket, right? I just created a virtual machine which got failed, right? So AI should fetch the keyword from the ticket itself, do the log analysis, and will give you the cause, right? So that can be one more. And second one is since it is just keep interacting with your databases, so maybe last 1 or 2 months, the virtual creation scenario, it can predict that, okay, if, with this kind of workload in last 1 or 2 months, maybe you will fill up your primary storage or secondary storage in next 2 months. So the prediction is another thing. And just want to have a, like, so I have just integrated MySQL and all. We can have a complete which can help you to automate the jobs for you, schedule the jobs for you, or create machines and all. Yep. So that's the summary. Yes, we uh, just unified the cloud management, automation, troubleshooting, and just transfer complex queries into simple conversation, powered by OpenAI. So that's it, guys. That's it from my side. Thank you so much.